Hello, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. My name is Michael. I'm still going over my list of 400 quotes that I've accumulated over a 5-year period. So today's quote is: anytime you get too stingy or greedy with anything, it lowers your vibration and it feels bad. So what this means is we all have a vibrational frequency. We all have a vibe. We all give off energy that other people feel. When we walk into a room, other people can feel our energy, whether consciously or subconsciously. Everything we do throughout our day affects our vibrational frequency. Every action. And this quote talks about specifically when you get too stingy or too greedy with anything. When you get too stingy or too greedy with anything, you become too reliant on it for your happiness and your satisfaction and your joy. When you do that, it becomes a crutch. When you do that, it controls you in a way. This is where addictions come in with alcohol, drugs, online content, people. Anything can be an addiction. If you become too reliant on something, you're being too greedy with it. If you're being too greedy with it, you're becoming too needy with it. And that lowers your vibrational frequency because you don't have that abundant mentality and that abundance mindset. When you can be denied access to something and not fall apart because you're denied access to it, that's how you know you don't have an excessive dependency on it. But if you're denied access to one thing and you fall apart physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, or all of the above, then you know you have an unhealthy attachment and an unhealthy dependence on it. So addictions can be hard to break. A lot of people smoke cigarettes their whole life and want to quit but can't because they just don't know the way to get to quitting. I had an aunt who quit smoking in her 70s and spent the last 5 years of her life smoke-free. It's possible for anybody. You just have to find the way to do it, but you also have to have the willingness to find that way. Breaking an addiction is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes 1 year or 2 years or up multiple years. It could take up to 5 years. But you have to have that mentality that no matter what, you are not going to quit until this addiction is gone. If you don't have that mindset, then it's not going to go away ever. And you'll be a slave to your addiction your entire life. So these addictions make our vibrational frequency lower. And when our vibrational frequency is lower, we can't attract abundance into our life. We can't attract the things we really want into our life. You have to have that mindset that if any one thing's taken away from you, you will be okay because you have 10,000 other things that you can go to. You have so many different avenues that you can go to. So when people have codependency for certain people in their lives, and that person either leaves them or they die, and that person falls apart because they have that excessive attachment and codependency to that person. What you want to be whole and complete yourself, and you want to share your life with another individual who is also whole and complete. And if that person leaves or dies, you'll still be okay because you are okay inside because you've done all of the right practices to keep yourself whole and complete inside. You're still going to grieve the passing of a loved one who's close to you, but you're not going to fall apart completely. No, because you know deep down that they would want you to move on and still be your best version of yourself. And this applies to any relationship. Someone you've been with for 40 years, if they pass away before you, they still want you to thrive and be your best version of yourself. But let's take a step back again. just the main point I want to hit home here. Just don't get overly attached to anything, and you won't have to worry about excessively and unnecessarily suffering. Suffering, some people say it's a choice, but sometimes it's not a choice. Sometimes you just suffer and you can't help it. You can't help the fact you're suffering, but you can choose your suffering. I think Jordan Peterson said this. Pick your sacrifice. Pick your suffering. Either suffer right now and have the discipline to do the right practices and habits to be your best version of yourself, or you're going to suffer later and regret that you didn't. Okay. That's all I have for today. Thank you if you stayed till the end. If you like my video, please like it. If you like my content, please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.